Yes, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to wherever you are. It's a Global Youth League program here. I'm so much grateful meeting one of the prominent youth leader here. So I'm not going to introduce him. He will introduce himself by himself. So let me honor this time to welcome you, sir. You're most welcome to the Global Youth League.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, my brother. It's an honor to speak to you. It's an honor to be here. Thank you for sparing time and having me on this great platform. I want to believe that the cause is to change the generation. Thank you.
Yes, like you have heard from him, we are Global Youth League. This Global Youth League is to interact among us ourselves, regardless of your identity, regardless your ethnicity, your religions. We are together one. It's a high time that we change the narrative. We stand for one another. So, His Excellency, Guild President of St. Lawrence University, we are so honored today to meet you here. And of course, have your time is not easy, but giving you our time is something that we are grateful of. So tell us, how is it so sweet to be in the power? Because it's not easy.
Yes, my name is His Excellency Mutaabazi Elija, and I'm the 15th Guild President of the mighty St. Lawrence University. It's such an honor to serve the Slavians, and he asked, how is it sweet? Indeed, one, it's an opportunity that God gives through students. I appreciate God because He's all in all. It should be God first. And then it is sweet to serve others. It is sweet to serve others. Let me tell you, nothing is good like serving. There's nothing good like that because you give service to others. You hope. Let me tell you, I feel so good when I give a bursary to a student out there who is weak. I feel so good when they have stopped a student to do exams and I give in a hand. I remember last time during recess, I gave some money to some students to go and at least do papers. I felt very much happy seeing such a success. Yeah.
Yeah. Now this is a great impact that we needed in a leader. You know, standing for one another in the bad days, in the good days. Now it's so much grateful. So you have been here as a student before becoming a guild president. So tell us your experience about the universities. Also, I had just that the university is soon getting to be chartered. So I don't know. So tell us the views outside there about the universities, the environment in St. Lawrence University.
Let me tell you something. As I said in the beginning, that serving is an opportunity. I loved St. Lawrence before I joined. I have brothers who have made it through St. Lawrence. They are very rich out there because they are from here, and that some of them are doing their masters actually because here again they are doing them from here, but they are very rich out there. So they inspired us to come here. Now, when I reached here, I had that zeal to make change, to add something. I'm a leader since childhood, so I always wanted to make impact. I don't want to be in a space which just remains like that. I always want to be somewhere where I make impact. You see, I'm a good president today, and I'm surrounded by other good presidents. I mean, you've seen some of them today.
Yeah.
They are here. They have come. They are here. But you cannot find that in every institution. They come from great institutions, but they come because we want that inclusiveness. We want to make the world a better place together. Because if the good president of KIU, Kumba, and Motesa, we come together, we can build something for the betterment of our students.
Now imagine being in touch with different guild presidents. You know, we learn so much. We integrate among ourselves.
Yeah.
So this is so much brilliant for me, His Excellency. So what inspired you to become a leader? Because some people might say, sometimes leader is not something good. You know, you might be killed, threatened, this and that. So what motivates you?
One, I've been a leader since day one, since I was born. I'm one of the people who believe that leaders are born, not made. My mother is a leader. She's now in her 50th term as a leader in our region, in our area, councillor LC3 and a leader on the district. 5 terms, no one is competing her. So leadership is in our family, is in there. And 2, I've been having great inspirers. The president of Uganda, His Excellency Museveni, is my inspirer. President of Rwanda, and the former guild president also inspired me to make impact in Slough. Yeah, and that's why you're seeing great achievements here.
So tell us, how do you see yourself in next 10 to 5 years? So do you wish like to serve the Ugandans? Because that is the privilege that we want to hear from you.
Definitely, I'm looking forward, and you should really keep this in record. You will see me here to come in the big office, because the reason why we're interacting with these guild presidents, we don't want to end this vision, the dreams that we have, just here. No, the reason why we interact, we get more, we get exposed. We are exposed actually on Friday. We're going to State House with this team. The reason to this is not just to get big places or to get employed or sources to be sourced. No, but our target is to serve to a greater level, to give service, because I know a leader is a carrier of hope. A leader is a solution provider. I've come to school, I've studied. What change do I bring to my community? What am I going back at home with? My parents, they sent me to campus, not just to come and carry papers, but actually to have change towards the community. They don't want, it's not about them, it's about the community, because if you're changing the community, you're making your parents proud. That's my call actually to all the students. It should be us making change to our community.
Yeah, now that's the change that we're looking up to. Change the Pan-Africanism. We are together. So now tell us about the education system of St. Lawrence University. How is it? Because sometimes, in most cases, youths go to school and end up the same education that we go up to school. It failed us in the way that many times we go to school, we learn theories, and other times also we need to learn these practical things. Today, example from China, a Chinese can send their children to Western side, UK and England, but later tell them to be patriotism. They go and acquire and achieve this knowledge, come back, show to the community, show to the societies. Today, tell us, and Africans, when you go today to UK, you feel like, no, you don't want to come back. You want to stay there. So why is that sign of patriotism inside us? So what do you see is still affecting the education sector in that way? Because in one-on-one, you can see today the same Chinese can become a doctor but cannot know how to speak English. Let's come here today. Can you go and become a pure a doctor and don't know how to speak English? No, you will be undermined. Like, what is wrong with the education sector?
You know, in Uganda today, this week, we're actually into what we call the Independence Week. We are out of the rule of the whites. I'm a Pan-Africanist and I am a patriotic Ugandan. I love my country and I'm African. It's Africa that brings us all together. Let me tell you one thing. The challenge that Africa has today is the rule that the many years that they spent into that captivity, a colonial rule.
Yeah.
But after that, we are trying to rejuvenate the love, the passion for Africa. Many things are now inspired into our people to be ruled, to be guided. Right now, the discussion in Uganda is about the pipeline oil. People are fighting it. The Europeans are saying you should not have it. Why shouldn't we have it? Last time I was among the team that I was actually holding the petition in my hands when we were going to the European Union, and we were telling them, this is Africa, this is Uganda. The development of Uganda should be now. They have changed Africans' thinking into a setting that it should be them actually to okay us. But hey, my name is Elija and I'm a Ugandan. I am entitled to put impact the development of my country. You can't stand there and you think for me. This is me. It's me now. We have grown up to a setting that I can actually make change to my community. If I can say, stop your rule there. You have enough challenges, you have enough problems. Leave Africa for Africa. Let Uganda be for Ugandans. Let us unite as a whole. We are young men and women who are developed into a mindset, a narrative that was only to be submissive to their rule. But this is the time actually that the narrative should actually be changed to a way that if I can say that Africa is ours, join hands with me and we say we can make Africa a better place for all. Because we have minerals, we have everything. They source it here, take it there. That's why the Chinese, you're mentioning them. For them, they are the ones to bring what they have to the world. They refuse that role. They are still using their tongue, their language. They don't allow others.
Yes.
The challenge now we have, China. It's about 100+ years after their colonial masters. That gap also, but Uganda is 60. So that gap, you can understand. The government of Uganda have had president that they want to make Africa a nation. I would say yes to that because China is huge, but they have really brought it close to see that there is that brotherhood among others. Now, if we can unite, they divided us. You know, If you want to rule people, divide them.
Right. Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
So now for them,
sure.
that's the trick they used. You see
Divide and
Kenya,
rule.
very small, Rwanda, very
Very
small, but
small.
they separated them. Now, if we can have Uganda, Kenya as a team, you see, this East African integration, again, they enter into it and they don't want peace. They want you to be divided. They want always to put things. Let me tell you, the better way to rule people is by dividing them, but dividing people of the same color, of the same, let me tell you, even if you change me to put on where, what and what, you can never change that patriotism that is in me. I remain African. I remain me. So we should preach this message out there to people that no matter where you are, I have friends from all corners of the world, but I tell them home is the best. You should always come back home. You should always engage your home. You should always develop Uganda, South Sudan, Kenya. That's where you are. That's who you are. You can never, let me tell you, my dad died after my birth. I didn't see him and I was born alone. But after a few years, my mom told me, this is who you are. This is your origin. That's me. Nothing can never. Your culture, your country is your origin. That is your belonging. No one can never change that. So we should preach that message to all Africans.
Yeah. So this is so much inspiring. So also I feel like in that way we have something which is still needed in the education sector. So do we feel like we need to change the curriculum? Because in that way, a Chinese can speak even their language without going to, even it can be learned at school. Today, look, so it's so much vital for us to learn our culture, the civilization, and the education sectors. These are the things which bring development. How do you see about the education sectors being changed, or being implemented in the proper way?
Uganda had a very, very confusing curriculum way back. But by the grace of God, this year, in the beginning, it was changed. And this new curriculum, it has languages, and now Kiswahili is among the official languages in Uganda. You understand? So Kiswahili being an official language here, it means we are getting back to our originality. So as you see St. Lawrence, I would also love to commend St. Lawrence for being an international university, whereby we have over 17 different countries here. That gives you an opportunity. I don't believe that you can come out of here, you go out there and you be just longing on streets. Because if you studied with your colleague from Uganda, that colleague receives the blessings faster, of course he will recommend you. Either way, if you do the same, still you will recommend that same person. That's the opportunity that actually Slough gives. And two, we always say, St. Lawrence is a blessed university. You can never go from here and remain the same. You can check out people. They are very blessed in a unique way. You can't actually describe where.
Yeah, now the conversation is going so much fundamental, so much, nice. So also I would like you to tell us what is your impact. So which advice can you give youths out there, both the graduates or the students who are still at school, or even those who have lost hope in school, the one in the streets, the one who are going through problems, a lot of things, life is about ups and downs. So it's upon you to achieve your mission and obligation.
A lot we can always share. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me tell you, two things you know about me. I once dropped out of school for a full year. I lost the person that I loved most who was taking care of me. And then I became a hawker on streets of Kampala. I know all corners of this Kampala. I know. I've been a hawker in different things, selling different things. Out of there, I'm a good president. You see that story? A lot was in the middle there. Now, if I made it here, you can make it. I always say, when I'm always invited to speak to the youths, I always tell them, it starts with you. If I didn't say I can be a good president, no one could. Indeed, no one could tell me that, Elijah, you can. It starts with you. If you cannot actually empower yourself first, it's rare people to believe in if you don't believe in yourself. Two, this is the world today. Make friends, get contacts, get numbers. Make sure you don't show off young people, young women, young men. The world is about networking, associations. Get into conversation, make friends. Me, wherever I go, many people see me in different areas. But the issue is, I come to him, we have a conversation today. Tomorrow, he will guide me to another place. You get it? I met someone for my first interview at TV, but he connected me to over 7 other TV stations. You get it? It's just that connectivity, that networking that we build, that is the social capital. So to you all youths out there, do one thing. Don't despise anyone. You don't know the blessing, courage, or either me. So just do one thing. Associate with them. As time goes, you benefit from them.
Yeah, now we heard from him he was dropped out. So, you know, it's so much hard because in that scenario or situation, you must feel like you have lost hope in life. There's nothing you can do. What keeps you going? Like you feel like, no, you have some objective, you have some goals to attain. Yeah.
One, know who you are. I knew who I was. An orphan. I needed to make a story. I needed to make it. That's why I told you that me, anywhere I go, they must know that is Elijah. Anywhere, even outside campus, they know. Wherever I am, you must know that this is Elijah, because I know who I am. I know that I'm this small boy, but I must bring out that big person in me to God. When God is on your side, you don't lose hope. He always inspires you that you can make it. So God should be first in your life. And two, you should have a dream. Young people out there, have a dream. Have something. You can never achieve anything in life if you don't have a dream. Be visionary. Have something that actually drives you. You may lose it in the way, but as long as you have the dream will drive you to a better place. Have a dream.
Yeah. Now this have even changed me. First of all, know yourself. By the way, if you don't know yourself, sometimes it might be hard for you to discover who you are. So it was really so great conversation with His Excellency Elija. And this is Global Youth League. This Global Youth League is to stand for youths in Africa, regardless wherever you are. Don't forget to share.
But also,
subscribe.
I cannot wind up by us talking about Central University.
Then I was even so yeah. So it's already time for you.
I need to market my own.
Okay.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Central University. It's the only university that is next to a man-made lake. So it's unique. It has different countries. This is a place to be. This is a place to be. And soon we are receiving the charter. We have worked on everything. We have tried. This is a regime that has really worked to see things happening in place. And if you came to Central University 2 years ago, come back now, check at it, you will know that things have changed. Come and join us. If you're out there, you would wish, you can actually come to my office for more inquiry, and you will have a better future. Slav is a blessed one. We light candles.
Yeah, I forgot to give some question here. You know, it was last year or last year, but once during COVID-19, you know, there was a scenario that youths for the administration top up some fund with 50. Imagine the situation like you're the one paying yourself alone. You're trying so hard, and you know they top up this kind of money. You know, how does it feel? Like, you know, it is not easy. You feel like it is not easy. You have to work hard. You know, if it is you, so what will you do? Tell us, like, you know, signing the paper or the documents, like, you know, everyone to pay this for 50. So it is also hard.
I condemn that. As a guild president, the truth is we have powers to say to okay things or not to okay them. So me, I would condemn that act, because we Africans, we are trying to improvise, we are trying to change narratives, we are trying to give service to our people. Now, if you just go out of your wish, it's a private institution, you want to get money and all that, no. We should actually look up to service delivery better than our personal interest.
Yeah. Now this is so much great. So I don't know, is there something at least you can say out to the fan of Global Youth League, because it's a platform that is ready to impact on people. Like you said, people are going to watch you outside there. So what can you tell them, the viewers, the people outside there who you have inspired them, of course?
Thank you so much for watching us. I just want to request you to keep it tuned on. Just keep following, keep sharing. Let every message that is shared here reach to at least a minimum of people. Just share it. You never know whom you're touching, actually. Thank you so much for this platform.
It's so much grateful being in St. Lawrence with President of St. Lawrence University. So much glad, honored to have your time.
Thank
today.
you as
Yeah.
well.
Respect out there.
Thank
Yeah.
you.